Hello, I'm Tag.
And this is Bob.
And you're listening to Bob and Tag Talk. Before we start the show, I'd like to point out that the topics discussed on Bob and Tag Talk are for informational purposes only. So please don't take this as investment advice. We urge you to do your own research before making any investment. So today we're going to talk about a little bit about retirement planning. We already wrote a blog on this, what can you do to retire early, and some tips and suggestions. So let's talk about that a little bit more in detail. And so what are the basic steps do you think that people should take to focus on their retirement?
I think before even you get to retirement, I mean, even if you want to do retirement planning, you go to a financial planner or a certified, a kind of a financial planner or CFA or whatever, consultant, whoever it is, an insurance or product provider, retirement solutions provider. So most of the things will start with assessing your current income. What are your expenses? Basically it's like making a budget. Like, okay, how much are you earning per month? What are your monthly expenses, which you cannot, forego? Minimum. So what is your lifestyle like? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Those are the most difficult and important questions. Unless you figure these kind of overall idea about what your life is going to be like. Like, for example, what age you are in, what's your next 20 years going to look like. You have to basically go through kind of a process to identify all these things.
Right, yeah.
It's good for any person to go through these things and revisit them every 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, to see if you want to add something,
remove something. Do you want to get there faster? Do you want to get there slower? So these kind of things are the most important things. The actual retirement planning will come much later.
Oh, right. Okay.
So let's start a basic exercise. Like, okay, you know your annual income, you know your monthly expenses, you know what is the maximum amount that you can save.
Right. Okay.
And or you want to keep something for your discretionary expenses. Okay, you want to go to movies, this, that. So all those things, keep everything around. What is the minimum amount that you can save? Sometimes it should not be even minimum amount. What is the amount that you need to imbibe or something that you want to save? Mandatory.
Okay.
You have to fix that particular amount.
Okay.
And then you have to start saving. So basically, how much you want to save is what we are going to try to calculate when you're going to go through the process of retirement planning or some kind of planning. So let's say, we approach this process in a reverse way. We kind of focus on the end goal. Okay, so this is your final lifestyle going to be like. After you retire, this is what you're going to do.
Okay.
So this is the amount that you need. And then you can work backwards from that.
Right.
So let's say you want to retire. Let's take a very normal example. People who are generally salaried, working or business, whatever it is, they want to retire at the age of 65.
Okay.
Let's say.
Okay.
So if you want to retire at the age of 65, from 65, what is your life expectancy like? Are you going to live till 80 years, 90 years? Like, what is your projection?
Okay.
Depending on your parents, depending on your family, depending on your health, you can decide. Okay, from 65, let's say I want to plan till 90. So it is about 25 years. I want to live without any income. So that is where we start the kind of a problem. And we start our kind of calculations. Okay, 25 years if I want to live. So what is your expenses going to look like after you turn 65? Hopefully, if you have a family, you're married, and then those kind of things, then your children are already settled. So you have to take that into consideration, the age of your children and so on, and age of your spouse and age. Maybe your spouse is maybe continuing to work. That is possible. They are not reached their retirement limit. It depends on the age group of the couple and so on. So you take all that into consideration, and then we finally come up with one amount. Okay. So yearly, from the age of 65, how much am I going to need yearly to just what kind of lifestyle I want to live?
Right.
And you fix the amount. Let's say I need 5 lakhs per year.
Okay.
Maybe today it is 5 lakhs per year, but you have to take into account inflation and price rise and what all things you need, food cost and transportation cost or house cost. Do you own your home Do you want to live in a rented home at the age of 65? You want to live in your own home?
Right.
All these things you take into consideration, come up with an amount.
Okay.
So let's say maybe today if I want to retire, maybe 5 lakhs to 6 lakhs may be sufficient. But maybe 65, when you reach 65, maybe it will be 12 lakhs or 15 lakhs. Let's say 15 lakhs. Take the maximum amount possible.
Okay.
You want 15 lakhs every year from the age of 65 till you're 90. So that comes to how much? So let's say 65, 90, let's say 25 years. Let's take in 30 years for easier calculation.
Okay.
Every year you need 15 lakhs. So for 30 years, you may need almost 1.5, 4.5 crores.
Right. Okay.
So if you have 4.5 crores, that means, okay, fine, you're good. Your retirement planning is good.
Okay.
You're done. Okay. So at the age of 65, you need to have 4.5 crores in cash. Or like what you do with the 4.5 crores, you're just gonna put it in a bank account. Let's say you don't get any interest, then you need 4.5 crores. But since we get interest, since we have investment products, maybe you don't need 4.5 crores. Maybe you can need only less.
Right.
Maybe that will grow over time.
Okay.
So we are trying to plan it, and then let's start investing now. Let's start saving now. And then by 65, we have to make sure we have at least 2 to 3 crores.
Right. Yeah, at least half of that. Okay.
At least half of that.
Okay.
And that will continue to grow, and as it continues to grow, you also need to withdraw for your monthly expenses, and then it will just carry on, and then you have a long. So this is called the time value of money.
Okay.
So 4 or 5 crores at the age, let's say after 50 years or after 30 years, maybe the money that you require now is much lesser. You don't need 4 crores now, 5 crores now. You just need like 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs now. And if you just leave it in a bank account or leave it in an investment product for 30, 40 years, it will grow.
Yeah.
It will continue to grow because make sure you're not withdrawing it or spending it. That is the main rule. So that is when these are the different calculations that we have to do. Now let's say, okay, fine. Your target is, let's say 3 crores.
Okay.
Now, if you want to save 3 crores, how much it is going to take? From your salary, every month you're going to save. How much time will it take to save 3 crores? That is one calculation you have to do. Okay, fine. So, let's say 3 crores if you want to, let's say you have a 30 year career. Every month you're saving 10,000 rupees.
Okay.
That is like 1.2 lakhs per year. So, into 30 will be like you're saving around 35 lakhs.
Yeah, okay, give or take, fine.
35 lakhs. That is nothing. 35 lakhs and 3 crores are miles apart.
Yeah.
So what can you do with your 10,000 rupees you're saving every year? Let's say, okay, for your age profile, since you're going to work for 30 years, you're going to say, let's put it into equity.
Okay.
So you have to make that decision. If you're able to save more than 10,000 rupees per month towards your retirement, so you can save 50,000 per month for some very rare people who have high income, 50,000 rupees per month. They can choose which investment product they need to do to get that 3 to 5 crore kind of income bracket or the corpus.
Okay.
We call it corpus.
Okay.
So these are different types of calculations, and then depending on the risk that you want to take. So obviously, if you're saving 10,000 rupees, you're only able to save 10,000 rupees per month, and you have 30-year period. Fine, put everything in equities. Put it in mutual funds. Put it in a SIP. Put it in equity mutual funds. That is the only way that money can grow into 3 to 5 crores.
Right. Okay.
If you put it in fixed deposits, you will never get that.
Yeah.
So that clear idea you need to have.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. If you're able to save 30,000 per month, maybe you will have to think, okay, how much I want to allocate to equity, how much I want to put it in fixed deposit, or how much in gold and things like that, how much in real estate, and all these things come into play.
Yeah.
So this is what retirement planning is about.
Okay.
You have an end goal. You have a final corpus amount. It's an estimate. It's never going to be 100% accurate. But the first 15 to 20 years, you're going to focus on high savings.
Okay.
You're going to save as much as possible. So once you do this, save as much as possible, let's say you're able to save in the next 10 years, if you're able to save 50 lakhs, that is when you have to decide, okay, now 50 lakhs I have saved it, maybe it is in a fixed deposit or it is in some equity mutual fund. Then you have to actually decide, okay, what are you going to invest in something that will give you guaranteed 3 to 5 crores after 30 years or after 25 years, something like that. This is where financial planners and retirement products who people who are selling products. That is the point they'll try to help you with. Okay, this product can give you that guarantee. This product can give you. But thing is, like most of the work has to be done. Some work has to be done by us, probably with the help of a financial planner or an accountant, whoever it is. You have to discuss, you have to figure out, and then a lot of things.
Yeah, the thing is, without your basic idea of how much you want to save and the sort of lifestyle you want to live, if you won't be able to make those sort of decisions, then a financial planner may not be able to help you.
A financial planner, basically, the goal of financial planner is to talk to you through these things and help you come up with your kind of assessment, skill assessment. That's what a financial planner is. People who sell financial products, they are not the right person to plan for you.
Okay.
So financial planner is different. A person who's selling you insurance, selling you a retirement product is different.
Right. Okay.
Their incentives are different.
Yeah.
Financial planner's incentive is that you reach your goal. A person who's selling you a retirement product like an NPS, whatever it is, SDFC, retirement plan, or any other retirement plan, their incentive is to sell and earn.
Get some, profits. Okay.
They don't care if you reach your goal at the end of the day or not.
Okay.
So that's very important to understand.
So I think offline we talked about something called FIRE and the importance of that. What does that mean?
So a lot of people, at least FIRE is a really trending topic in the Western world.
Okay.
Because what they have really figured out is they live a high consumer lifestyle. They consume a lot of things. So sometimes they have realized that a lot of people are not even able to they're not even able to retire. So they're at a risk that if they stop working, they cannot live anymore. Because their consumption is high, they're spending too much, they're buying too many things. So to kind of FIRE was kind of a movement to make people recognize that you can achieve your retirement by being really very strict with yourself.
Okay.
By curbing all your spending habits. Don't spend on unnecessary things. Just spend on your basic necessities like living and then food and then any necessary minimum lifestyle, whatever cost that you need. Only spend for those things and save as much as possible. Save as high as possible in the first 10-15 years.
Okay.
Once you do that, you keep your savings rate high. Like for example, if you earn let's say 30,000 rupees, they target to save at least 20,000 rupees. They live really, really frugal. So by that way, or sometimes even if 20,000, it's not a rule as such that you have to do that. If it's not possible, okay, try to save 50%.
Right.
If 50% is not possible, try 45%.
Okay.
But their target is more than 30%.
Right.
Just saving 20-30% is not their target. That is a normal target for a person who wants to live kind of a good lifestyle, who wants to enjoy things in life, go out to restaurants, go to movies, spend time with trips
friends,
and things like that. But what they try to do is like, you can sacrifice those things in the first 10-15 years and then live really frugally. If you have a family also, even then you can live frugally. Don't spend on toys, don't spend on this, that. Keep as much restrictions as possible. And then let's say in the first 15 years, you save a big amount. Let's say you save 1 crore or something. You sacrifice a lot of things for 15 years and you save 1 crore or something. And then 1 crore is like what? It's a little more than $100,000 when it comes to the US. So they save and then they invest. Or they invest in the starting itself. They invest immediately to equities. They invest as much as possible. They generally go to these kind of, most FIRE people don't invest directly in stocks. They go to index funds generally.
Right. Okay. Just before you continue, FIRE, the abbreviation being financial independence.
Retire early. The target is retire early, not retire at 65. The target is to retire by 45, 50, or sometimes even 35. So that's a high goal. It's a very difficult goal. That's why they do all these sacrifices. So once you have that, the next part, next thing is don't have any debts.
Right.
Don't take loans, don't take credit card loans, don't use credit cards and all those things. So the whole concept is saving, not spending on anything. Even on some people in FIRE, they even don't buy ice cream, they don't buy cakes, whatever it is. Everything they cut it out. They have only, this is the food that I need to live. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do for 10 years. It's a very, very difficult way to live. But this is like an extreme kind of scenario. Some people are a little bit more,
relaxed about it.
Relaxed about it. So eventually, let's say 40 years, by 40 years, you want to be financially independent first. Financially independent means that your source of income is more than sufficient to do 50% of high savings, and then you don't have any debts.
Okay.
So these kind of things, all these things come to the picture. Once you save, do all these savings, and then you focus. Once you are financially independent, then you focus on the retire early part.
Okay.
So if you want to retire early, what do you want to do when you retire? You want to travel, or you just want to. So if you want to travel, you don't need a home. You can sell your home, convert that into money, and then put it into some kind of a deposit or an investment, which gives you and kind of monthly or a yearly income.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is the retirement part of it.
Okay.
So eventually everything comes into that retirement part of it. At what age you want to retire, and when you retire, how much money you need. So there's a popular rule, like it's called a 4% rule.
Okay.
So for example, the idea is something like this. Let's say you need 10 lakhs rupees per year for your living. That means if a fixed deposit rate is like 4%, that means 4% value is 10 lakhs.
Okay.
So what is the 100% value of the amount? So what is the amount that will give you an interest at that 4% yearly income that is going to give you? And it should be risk free. If it is risky, then it will be like you may not get the 4%. Sometimes you may get 0, sometimes you may get high. So it should be completely risky.
More reliable rather than risky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for us it is mostly like treasuries and fixed deposits.
Okay.
So treasuries are like bonds in the Western world. Government bonds, government treasuries. Generally, for us as Indians, we generally don't buy those. For us, fixed deposit, bank deposits, which gives 4% to 5% returns. That is the risk-free for us.
Okay.
So let's say if you put 1 crore in fixed deposit, and if it is, let's say, 5%. For us in India, it is, the savings rate is, the return is 5%. So we get 5 lakhs every year.
Okay.
That 5 lakhs, we can use it for our daily expenses now. So if you want 10 lakhs, you have to save 2 crores and put it in a deposit. So every year you get 10 lakhs. Now you keep that 10 lakhs and you live your life 1 year, do whatever you want to do.
Right.
But your lifestyle should be that it matches within that, and your health should be good, everything. Lot of edge cases are there. Like you have to consider a lot of scenarios. Your health is good, everything is good, you don't need any money for anything else. So this is the 10 lakhs that this is what I should live with.
Okay.
So this is the amount. So 2 crores is the amount if you want to have 10 lakhs. If you want more, if you want a luxurious lifestyle, you want 20 lakhs per year, then you have to save 4 crores. So that is here it is 5%. But generally in foreign countries, it is generally 3 to 4%. That is the rule.
Okay.
So they don't have the growth is not that high. So they don't, government or treasuries don't give that high returns.
Okay.
So 4% rule is, if you have, that is calculate the amount. If you save that much amount, you withdraw 4%, then the actual amount will grow. So you will not actually reducing the corpus.
Oh, okay. Your final lump sum sort
the
of
lump
thing.
sum is protected. You're only withdrawing the interest part of it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not reducing as the year goes on.
Oh, okay.
So even if it reduces, it doesn't reduce so much. Maybe a little bit, you can still manage.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's why the 4% rule is very popular in fire and our retirement kind of a. For us, generally in India, we generally consider 5 to 6% because our growth is high, so we are continuing to grow, and then the returns provided by fixed deposit products, risk-free products are generally 5 to 6%.
It's also, I think, important in a retirement plan to have at least some sources of passive income, like you said, rentals.
Yeah, so the thing is, just your salary may not be sufficient. So yeah, the other way of doing FIRE is, can you take multiple jobs? Can you do multiple things to increase your income so that your savings is higher?
But also, like, say that after you've retired, how to find very low energy jobs that will give you some sort of income. Right?
So for example, can you work part-time
Or consultancies, or like you would have gained a lot of experience over the years.
Can you like work 2 months in a year and then earn something that'll add to your actual income for the year?
Or like you said, like if you want to travel, the home you can rent it out. That is also an income
home
or something
rent it out,
like that.
True.
Yeah, so that is also something to consider.
There are a lot of other passive income generation that has to be considered. It has to be considered only if your income is not sufficient to meet your goals.
Right.
Then that is when you need to go into, okay, what else can I do to improve my income?
Okay.
Can I invest in my professional career, or can I do a lot of some kind of a business, or can I do something like a digital business, or can I write, consult, or work part time? What can I do to increase my income and to reach my retirement goal?
Yeah, yeah. And also, I think lastly, but not the least by any means, like you mentioned health and everything.
Yeah.
So obviously there will be like some sort of health concerns when you hit 65.
Insurance, and health insurance, life insurance.
Yeah, it's best to have those two, handy, so that you're still like covered for whatever like risks you meet with in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talked about retirement planning. A little bit about the FIRE type of retirement planning, what is the 4% rule, the amount of savings that you'll need to make, and the lifestyle that you want to live, how do you plan for that. And one more thing to discuss is the tools for retirement. So sure, retirement planning is it's a theory, and you establish the theory as well as possible, but what tools can you actually use?
Yeah, at least in the US and other Western countries, they have something called as IRA account.
Oh, okay.
Roth IRA and then IRA accounts. These are like in India, it is almost equivalent to a PF account.
Okay.
Or a PPF account.
Okay. What is a PF and a PPF difference?
Provident Fund, Public Provident Fund.
Okay.
So it's just a different regulation that is there.
Okay.
There is one main difference. In the US, retirement or IRA accounts, these kind of accounts, the amount that you save, it's tax-free, whatever you save. That is similar in India and US. The thing is, this amount can be used to buy stocks in US.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whatever stocks you buy, how much ever the stocks appreciate, that is tax-free, depending on what kind of an IRA account or Roth IRA account you are using. Here in India, so only recently we introduced this concept. Whatever our investment retirement products generally are usually LIC kind of a retirement product, or HDFC insurance plus retirement kind of a product. That was the initial way of doing it.
Okay.
Then we had PF and PPF, the Provident Fund and PPF Fund, which if you input money every month, government gives you like 7 to 8% returns, then it will keep getting added. And the employer also contributes on top of it.
Right, yeah.
Whatever is your contribution is matched by the employer.
Okay.
So this is there in PF and PPF. But these are like savings or deposit accounts, which gives high returns. So we don't invest in equities. So now our equivalent scheme for this IRA accounts or other IRA accounts is NPS, National Pension Scheme.
Okay.
Where whatever money you save, you can choose to invest in a few mutual funds or a few ETFs or a few something like, which are government regulated, highly regulated pension laws, where we can invest in these kind of equity funds.
Yeah,
so
basically
investing in bonds. You can invest in bonds, you can invest in stocks, both.
And they're government regulated, and the government chooses things that give like some moderate to high sort of a return sort of a thing.
Yeah, so it will be like standard products, not mostly government regulated, but not government defined. So then generally there is like a NPS group or a committee or something who decides how to make the investments and so on.
Okay.
And this have been there in the Western world for a long time. We just introduced this concept because our concept of giving 7 to 8% on PF maybe sometimes it may not be sufficient. Sometimes it is too expensive for the government. So this is a better way. Equity is a better way to make money, to grow the money in the long term. So that's why we have concepts like NPS. So all these things we can invest in.
Right.
As Indians, we can invest on all these kind of products, and on top of this, we can do our own retirement products.
Okay, our own investments in
so
equities.
First thing is instead of directly going and buying any insurance or pension plan product, first we check, are we doing sufficient PF, PPF and then NPS. After this, then we have to go beyond it if we need more kind of according to our lifestyle, we want to save more money or have a better retirement corpus, then we need to go into other kind of any kind of market related product.
Okay, understandable. So yeah, that makes sense. So those are the tools for retirement.
And other tools we are already discussed in other podcasts as well, like mutual funds. You invest your own money in mutual funds, bonds, whatever you want. That also you can plan yourself. There are a lot of tools available. There are a lot of financial management apps or fintech apps available to invest money, grow
so many
money.
Advisors also that you can look up to.
A lot of robo advisors concepts also coming up. So a lot of scope in that in the future for this.
And I think that's a good spot to end it there today. Hey, thanks for listening to Bob and Tag Talk. please consider following us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. We put out weekly summaries of the topics discussed on the podcast. And if you found this episode informative, please like, share, and subscribe.